Here I am back at the trailhead for Mt Moosilauke. Again, gotta fill out these pass things for your car. Put the other half on the hang tag on your rear view there. And that's the mountain right up there. So this is gonna be second attempt to make the summit. Last time it was iced out and I couldn't get more than halfway up, so hopefully this time I'll be able to finish it. We'll see. Well, time to get my stuff out, and actually this time I'm coming up here and I'm realizing all the different things that I didn't bring. I forgot to bring a walking stick. I forgot to bring my water pump for purifying water. Luckily, as far as that goes, my buddy Steve let me borrow his, so I'm all set there. I got that in my pack. And the tripod for this camera, I forgot all three of them. So I'm just gonna have to make do. Hopefully it won't affect me too much. Well, here's a map of the area. Parking lot right there. Beaver Brook Trail is right here up to here. I think I made about that far because of the ice last time. I'm hoping to at least make here, maybe get to the summit and then go back to here, but we'll see how it goes. That's still, even the shelter is a pretty good vantage point as far as seeing far off. The water's running at a pretty good clip down here. You can see, last time I was up, most of this was frozen, so you couldn't. I mean, you could walk across a lot easier. You can check this out. There's a pond off to my right down there. I don't know if you can see it through the trees, but that's where all this outflow goes to. Here's one of the bridges up in behind me, another brook that it's going over. You know, the black flies are ridiculous out here. My buddy's house was the same way. A lot of people prefer this hike just because it's so scenic. It follows this river, the Beaver Brook here, almost all the way up. On both sides, here's two forks in it. The trail's up here. And yeah, I mean, no shortage of water out here, which is great. When we did Mount Washington last year, we had a tough time at certain spots finding water to fill up our water bladders, but that won't be an issue out here. Now I'm back up at the start of the hard part. I mean, the only plus side is this time the trails are perfectly dry. No rain, no snow, no ice. But this is where it starts to get steep. I'm glad it's just a mile and a half up to the shelter. I guess the summit's almost 4 miles from here. I don't know if you guys remember this from the last time I came up here, but this area was covered with ice all the way across except for a thin little strip along the side of the path on this side. It's like night and day out here. And there's the Beaver Brook down there. You follow this almost all the way up to the shelter. Some of the cascades up top are pretty impressive. I'll show them too. And you can see up through the trees there, that's Mt Moosilauke. That's where we're headed. This is impressive. Check this out. You can hear the roar of the water on the camera here, and it's coming from right up there. It's just amazing how much is up here. Comes right down here, right down there. I mean, this is like night and day from last time. When I was out here last time, obviously, it was only 2 months ago, and not even, I think it was the beginning of April, it was Easter weekend, and completely frozen, no way to get up. The farthest I got was right about past the top of that top fall up there, and now it's probably about 84, 85 degrees right now, and man, I would love to take a dunk in there. Well, here's where I'm coming up. There's another hiker down there. There's actually a lot of people hiking this trail right now. You can see how steep it is all the way on up here, and right in front of me where that fallen down tree is, that's where I got stopped and turned around last time because of the ice. So once I get there, it's almost like a mile mark. I'll know I made it further than I did last time, which is great. Can't wait to see what's up there, because this is as far as I know. So here's the angle I was at last time. The trail continues up there, and that was all ice right down here. This whole area with the stump, right down onto that, and then right down there. There's actually a lot less water now that I'm looking at it up here, unless it was just the spray making ice, because all that was covered with ice last time. It was almost like right here, right down. But another go. Here's another common wild edible plant right here. Let's see. Yellow wood sorrel. It's got a sort of a lemony taste to it, and actually it tastes pretty good. It's a good thing to spicing up things. Maybe if you put it in a tea or something. You got to be careful though. If you eat too much of it, you'll get the runs. But yeah, but it's something good to snack on if you need it. There's some more of the falls. They go way up there again. This is such a cool brook. One thing you can notice over here, you're not at a loss for spruce if you wanted to make tea out of it. There's a ton of it right here. I mean, all over this forest. High in vitamin C, so it's just a nice helpful drink to relax you when you get up to where you're going at your campsite. I mean, you can find it anywhere out here. And you can see right behind me, it's just everywhere. There's the trail I'm going up. It parallels the brook over here. This has got to be one of the most scenic places I've ever been when it comes to backpacking. Every turn you get to, there's something new. You can see the trail I'm at goes up around the corner and up to the top of that hill where those people are. Gets kind of steep. Seems like I'm the only one here with the gigantic pack on their back though. Everyone else, look at this thing. Everyone else has little day packs, but this is quite a workout. Now here's a good shot of the trail. I mean, you can see they got rebar handholds on here and stairs. That whole area, I mean, that is so. I would never have made it, even if I made it past where I did last time where the ice was. There's no way I would have gotten up this. I didn't realize what I was diving into. I mean, if you look at this, it's just a sheer drop. And there's the brook right here. I mean, I'm precariously balancing this thing on my back, so trying to keep myself on balance and get up here at the same time is, I gotta be careful. I mean, there's plenty of people this time. Last time there was no one because they were all smarter and realized you can't get up here in the ice. But I thought I was late enough. So off we go. Let's see if you can see back in there behind me. I'm still below the tree line, but I'm getting up there. I mean, there's a lot of treetops that I can see over and see the summits around here. And right here in front of me, here's the view I'm looking at right now. Just all the way up. This is amazing. How many times have I said that on this video? Let's see if you can see off in the distance over there, through the trees, that opening. The road is right down there where that tan area is at the base. The other side is where I hiked up last time, the Kinsman's Ridge, because I couldn't get up this one. Now look at in here, down there. The brook's right here. Little pools in here. Comes down from up there. I almost wanted to sit in it right now. I might. Wow, this stuff just never ends. It never ends. Look at that. Back up in here. It's just everything. Everything over here. So breathtaking to take it all in. You can see down here the trail continues up some more. All these granite pieces. Obviously you can see right there that some of them were blown out, these chunks. I don't know if they did that just to make these hiking trails or what. Obviously some of the stuff with the rebar and the wood steps that they hooked into the rocks, those were put to aid everything up here, but even the rubble from, looks like blasting caps or something. But here's another one. And the fall goes way up there too. Sitting right there at that base would be just awesome. I mean, I don't know if you can tell from the camera here, but even from way up here I can see that the water's so crystal clear. I just hope there's a good amount of it down at the shelter. I'm actually going to check the map here. I bought a Tyvek map of the area. Well, here it is. And yeah, it doesn't look like once you get up to the shelter, there's no more little brooks running around from anywhere. I mean, there could be some really small stuff that's not on the map, but I may have to hike back down to this river in order to find water later on when my water bladder runs out. Here's another neat spot. We've got the moss on the hill up here. They made the wooden steps going up to there. This trail reminds me an awful lot of the steepness of the Ammonusuc Ravine Trail on Mount Washington. I'm not sure which one's longer. The Mount Washington one seemed like it was harder, but I think it's because we had already been hiking for a few miles before we got to the tough spot. And here you pretty much just get out of the car and you're going uphill almost right away. And I think that's a contributing factor to why this one doesn't seem so hard. Plus, taking breaks and stuff, keeping hydrated. It's well worth the exercise too. The brook's in behind me. I don't know if you can hear it there, but yeah, I think the trail's gonna fork off up here a little bit, away from the brook, and go off towards the shelter. So We'll see when I come to that part. Here's the falls even higher up. Turns into this one main stream and then down to that little pool down there and down the hill. I have a funny feeling that getting back down is going to be 10 times harder than getting up here. I mean, obviously you're fighting gravity on the way up, but you kind of are too on the way down, and the way the pack is here, it's easier to keep your center of gravity low when you're going up a hill than it is when you're going down a hill. It's going to be a little trickier. I looked at a few hairy spots down there that I was a little concerned about, but for how high up I am, I'm not even near above the tree line yet. The trees up here are still really tall. That's funny, actually, so over on the rocks, I don't know if you can see it there, right in front of the falls, someone climbed out there and stuck a little pile of rocks up. That's funny. Oh man. More spruces and stuff up here. Again, right next to me. Check all that out. You can see the whole range out here. There's more of the brook. Up that way. A lot of birches out here. Everything up there, those are all birches. Makes you feel so small. I think this is one of the best views yet. If you look down at the bottom of the screen there, now in the center, that's the road way down there. That lighter area in between the trees. It's funny how small the cars look. There's the other mountains in the Presidential Range, the White Mountains Forest. And this is probably my favorite spot so far. It's so impressive. Here's the water I'm next to. It's coming from right up there. Guess the last storm that came through here wiped out a whole bunch of trees. I think that's an ash. But this goes way up there. And you can see the trees are starting to get shorter, so that's a good thing. It's a good sign that I'm getting up there. The shelter's probably not too much further. That little pool down there. Actually, it looks about 3 feet deep, surprisingly. If I could get down there and get water pumped, I would, but I don't think I can. I finally found a safe, accessible access to water here that right down there, that I got for my water bladder here. I used my buddy's Catadin microfilter to get the water cleaned out, and it was a welcome reprieve from the pack for a bit. Nice being able to take it off and give my shoulders and legs a break for a minute. But now I got to just pack it all back up and head on to the shelter. It shouldn't be much further, I don't think. Maybe a third of a mile, something like that. But we'll see how it goes. Well, that's where I am on the map there. I guess this is what it says there, is it's a forest protection area, and it shows the distance between where I'm at and the shelter. So it actually looks like it's not that much further, but this is what I'm contending with. I mean, right down there. You can see the skyline out there though. There's more of the mountain up here.